What up, YouTube? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Curated Topics, brought to you by Curated Sense LLC. Check out our website. I believe that our merch website is on the candles website. That's curatedsenseLLC.com. Get you one of these. Come join the club. These are fresh, I'm telling you. I got a couple of these. They are super fresh. We also got polos. We got some graphic t-shirts. We have some graphic hoodies as well. They'll help support me and help support my artist, trying to get her artwork out there, but also trying to get her paid. So check us out, curatedsenseLLC.com. All right, let's get started with the show. You know we got to start it off right. Candle of the evening. Let's see what we got here. Very special. Got the Hennessy bottle. Very special. Now, what's the scent we got in here today? That smells so good. This right here, did this for a customer. This is the apple pie. And just like its namesake, it smells just like apple pie. It's one of our fall scents as well. This is very warm. Kind of reminds you of grandma's baking. I'm about to age myself here a little bit, but how many of y'all seen the old Looney Tunes cartoons or just cartoons in general where the grandma, she puts the pie out on the windowsill and the aroma goes out into the air and you just kind of float towards it? That's what this candle reminds me of. That's what this reminds me of. This scent right here. It's got apple, of course, cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg aromas as well, vanilla, and that's about it. Light this up. It's subtly sweet, not overly sweet, but you light this up, your house is gonna smell like baked goods for hours. I promise you. So check us out online, curatedsenseLLC.com. Let me know how you like it. We building it up over here. We getting more and more business. Y'all check us out. Get you one. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Let us turn your house into a home. CuratedSenseLLC.com. All right, let's get into some sports. All right, what up, everybody? So, thank you for bearing with me. I did the candles portion a couple of days ago before I got a chance to send them out. They are now out. So, appreciate everybody for bearing with me. Sorry I have been late this week on the video. So got a little bit of news beginning of the week where I had to deal with some family stuff going on and had to be away from my studio, so made sure to get that stuff taken care of, and just after that I kind of needed a little bit of a rest. So I just made sure I relaxed, got some rest. I wasn't trying to pressure myself and jump into everything. I was feeling a little bit anxious about it because I'm like, I haven't put my video out yet. But I know you all are going to understand, and I appreciate it. So we're going to get on. Let's talk about some sports. I'm going to cover the Browns game from this past Sunday. Shout out to Doctor Fraser, man. He got the start against the Raiders, and he performed. Now, at the beginning of the game, he had me a little bit nervous. They did a little pregame interview. The commentator asked him a question, and he said, well, you know, I'm what the fans been waiting for. I'm what they've been looking for. And I'm like, whoa, bruh, the game ain't started yet. Relax. Let's say that at halftime, say that at the end of the game, because you ain't did nothing yet. So, whoa, bruh, hold on. But you know what? He came through, showed out. The Browns ended up winning the game. So, we won the game 24-10. Great job on the behalf of Shedeur Sanders. Absolutely great job. He performed in this game. He had 209 yards passing, 1 TD, 1 interception, and 1 sack. Now, I'm not upset with the sack. You know, the Raiders, they have a pretty decent defense. They got Max Crosby over there. He is a monster. He ain't no Myles Garrett, but he's a monster over there. And, you know, he performed in the game as well. But what I did like was some of the maturity from Shedeur. He was able to get up out of the pocket when he needed to. He was able to throw the ball away when he needed to, when he felt the pressure. He made some very smart plays. Now, he did have the 1 interception, but the 1 interception, you know what? That's going to come with the game. That's going to happen. And he didn't allow it to tank the rest of his performance. It happened. He got over it. All right, cool. I'm going to go back to making good throws and stuff like that. So, hey, good performance. What I was really impressed with was he had a very, very long throw, and he did it off of the run. And I mean, this ball was placed perfectly. Great pass. I wish the receiver would have got in for a touchdown, because then it would have been 2 touchdowns that Shedeur had. But beggars can't be choosers. We had a good play, and it resulted in a Quinshon Judkins run for the score. So great job with Shedeur. Good job. He beat the betting line on his pass yards. Now, I'm no gambler, but I do understand the fact that beating your betting line is a good thing. So he made some people some money. And this kind of begs the question, he wears number 12. Is this his Tom Brady moment? Are we seeing the next coming? Pause. I hope so, because man, that would be great for the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, we deserve to have a quarterback, one who stays here. We have had more quarterbacks since 1995 than the United States has had presidents. That's crazy. And I don't know of any other team who's like even a close second. Like, what is the second place on number of quarterbacks? I would love to see that stat line, because I guarantee you we have like 40 more than they do. Somebody look that up. Tell me what it is. I would love to see that stat line. What's second place for the number of most quarterbacks since 95? But anyway, I think it would be great for the city of Cleveland. There's a lot of hype around Shedeur. When at first I knew he wasn't really trying to come here, because Cleveland's a small market. It's not the big bustling city like New York or Las Vegas or anything like that. But when he got here, I think that the city kind of made him feel a little bit differently. I think it left a mark on him. I think him going out into the community and actually, seeing some other kids who potentially look up to him and all those sorts of things, I think it kind of made him want to settle in and be like, you know what, I can make this my spot, So we're going to see. I think he's going to have to start for the next game. Actually, no, I know he's going to have to start for the next game. It was reported that he will be the starting QB moving forward. That just lets you know, hey, when you follow through with good performance and when you follow up on what it is that you say that you're going to do, get good results, But I also, before leaving the sports topic, I got to give a shout out to Myles Garrett. You have to. Myles Garrett and the defense in general, but Myles Garrett, he is now in a league of his own. He is on pace to reach 26 sacks this year. I don't know if he's going to do all that, but the pace that he is on this year, the performing that he is doing this year, it's like nothing we've ever seen before. And that's a lot, because he's done this in previous years, like not these exact numbers, but he has been consistently dominating for pretty much all his career. But these past 6 years, wow, just simply wow. And this year in particular, this man is just letting it be known that you can't compare him to anyone else. There was a big debate on, well, who's better, him or TJ Watt, or him or Micah Parsons. Those guys are all great. They are no Myles Garrett. They are no Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is out here balling. And you cannot deny his dominance. You cannot deny that he is just performing on a whole another level from other people in his position. It's scary what he can do. You see him play, and it's just like teams plan for him. They plan for him. Their whole offensive game plan is centered around him, and he still performs. He still gets the job done. So that's a testament to who he is as a professional, but also just the fact that he is being consistent. He is getting better with each year. And you know what? This league is his, pause. This league is his. So great job, Myles. Always going to give you your flowers, man. Keep up the good work. Keep following through with your good performing. And we're going to move on. All right, so I did a video before where I talked about networking and the benefits of networking. And we talked about how it can create leads for you, both personally and professionally. So what do I mean by leads? I mean, It can create business opportunities for you. It can put money in your pocket. That's the direct way of saying it. But it can create opportunities for you, for your growth, for your betterment, all those sorts of things. You can gain mentors. If you find somebody who's more experienced in your field of work, or just more experienced than you in general, you can put ideas out there and let them give you some advice and things like that. Overall, networking is going to increase your value. Your value is based upon your network, very largely based upon your network. Who do you know? Who can you count on? Who can you call? Who can you rely on? Those sorts of things. Your network is also based upon who and how you can add value. So how do you add value to other people's lives as well? Because networks are not just one-way streets. Are you able to connect people together? That is a key component of you having a network. Networks aren't just singular lines that go out from you to somewhere else. Your network should intermingle kind of like a spider's web. So are you able to make those connections between people within your network? Can you be the lead for someone else's business? So can you create an opportunity for them? Can you put money in their pocket? Can you use whatever service or product that they're putting out? And then how are you a mentor to others? If you have more experience in a certain aspect of life and this someone is coming to you, can you give them that advice? Can you give them that mentorship? Those are all important aspects of having a network. And so for the next, maybe this video and a couple others, I would like to talk about how to develop your network and some of the rules behind networking. So where did this come from? This came from my experience and my time at the Power of Networking experience down in Atlanta through Dr. George Fraser. Like I've said in other videos, I've signed up for one of his classes, and we talked about how to develop a good network, how to extend your network, and just all those sorts of things. So I'm actually going to start out with the most important rule. And the most important rule is probably the last one. It's probably the last one in terms of chronological order, but this is the most important rule. The most important rule when it comes to networking is following up. And in the words of Dr. Fraser, the fortune is in the follow-up. So what does that mean? That means when you're going out to extend your network, when you're going out to meet new people, even if you're not meeting new people, I think this can apply to how you are with your current network. Following up with them, following up in all aspects, it's going to do nothing but add an advantage to your game. When you're meeting someone new, you want to follow up with them. Why do you want to follow up with them? Because you don't want to leave their mind. You don't want to be forgotten. You follow up with them and you let them know it was nice to meet you, pleasure to meet you, however you want to frame it. We met at this spot, insert experience here, insert where you all met. Maybe you say what you talked about and you follow up with them. You want to do this anywhere within 24 to 72 hours after meeting someone. You want to stick out to them. You want to be memorable to them. And then also you want to remind them, hey, look into what it is that I'm doing. And finally, how can I be of service to you? How can I help you? How can I add value to you? And then that will put them naturally in a reciprocating state. Well, you want to add value to them. They're going to help you in some way or fashion as well. So you want to be able to talk to people. You want to be able to develop that relationship with people, and it all starts with following up with them. So I'll give you some real life examples. So when I was at the Power of Networking experience, I talked about the guy who I had met. We both met through being in Dr. Fraser's class. Well, when I saw him at the Power of Networking experience, we exchanged phone numbers and all of that and went our separate ways. But that evening, I sent him a text message where I'm like, hey man, it was really nice to meet you. 'You. Let's talk about some things soon. We talked about A, B, and C. where we shared some ideas with each other, things like that. And I have a little bit of experience in what he's doing, but let's keep in touch. I want to be able to help you in some way. I think what you're doing is great. Let me know how I can be of value to you. Let me know how I can help you, and I will do so, and let's get the ball rolling. I get a text message back maybe a few hours later. Hey man, great to see you. Thanks for saying those things. We definitely have to get the ball rolling. Here's what I'm looking at doing. Here's how you can help me. And it's not a whole lot. It really wasn't a whole lot. Didn't ask me for no money, nothing like that. It was just, hey, if you could sign up in my website and give me a couple extra likes on my Instagram page, something like that, where it's okay, I'm being supportive of you, and I genuinely mean it. I like what they're doing, so I'm very interested anyway, but I'm trying to add value to someone else's life regardless. And then he ended up reciprocating that to me. How can I be of help to you? You mentioned you're doing this. You mentioned you're doing the YouTube channel. Let me check it out. That's how you get the ball rolling in both ways. In both ways. Now we're both able to move forward. Now we're both able to support each other. That's creating a network. That's extending your network. That's how you include someone into your network. And it all started with following up with them. When you're trying to do things like have a mentor be within your network, the best thing to do is to follow up with them. When you meet anyone, follow up with them, even if you know them already. So I have a friend, I always talk about him on the channel, Aaron Animal. When we talk about ideas and things like that, we don't just talk about the idea and then let it go, especially if it's something where we're trying to get the ball rolling. I'm going to follow up with him on it, make sure that it stays fresh in his mind, pause, and all right, let's get the ball rolling and get to doing some things. We have some ideas that we're going to bounce off each other, pause, with our respective channels. All right, we talk about it in the background, but we follow up with each other so that, hey, didn't you mention doing this? Yep. Now, how do you want to proceed about it? How do you want to get it going? If I have a question about something, I follow up with him so that I can get an answer. I don't just, hey man, I got a question, and then leave it at that. No, if it's in your mind, if it's something that you want to do, you gotta follow up on it to make sure that you can get the ball rolling, make sure you can get things going. Why is it important to follow up? Why is it important to follow up? I talked about that a little bit just now. You know, you want to be able to stick out to somebody, especially when it comes to adding new people into your network. You want to be able to stick out to them. I have another example. I talked about the lady who I met at the conference who said, oh, you have a great voice. Do you have a podcast and this and that? Yeah, I do. I followed up with her and she said, oh my God, yeah, I remember who you are. You're the one with the best voice. I have the best voice. I use all the best words. That's a little joke, but she said you have the best voice and I can't wait to see what it is that you do. Now, she texted me back a little bit later. That's fine. I don't care. But then it was, oh yeah, and you did mention that you have a podcast. Can you share your link with me? I want to share it. I want to check it out and then share it out to my friends. She's adding value, but I never would have got that if I didn't follow up with her, if I didn't send her a follow-up text message. Hey, it was nice to meet you, such and such. All these things are going to help you move forward, and they're going to help you be more successful. This is going to help you in the long run. I've had some times where I didn't follow up, and I'm not going to lie, it is pretty embarrassing when you run into somebody who you didn't follow up with them, and they're like, I was waiting to hear from you. What happened? And then you're like, damn, I forgot, or whatever the reasoning is. You feel ashamed because it's like, all I had to do was follow through. All I had to do was follow up with you, and then it would have made things a lot easier. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in what it is that we're doing, it doesn't cross our paths to use the resources that we have, or we're not aware, oh man, I forgot this person does this and they could have helped me, but I was so wrapped up thinking about what it is that I have going on that it just slipped my mind. We have to be better if we're going to get the success that we want. Follow up with people. Follow up with people who you know. reach out to people, see how they're doing. I learned this from Doctor Fraser during our class. He said, I spend about an hour each day just following up with people. I follow up with 5 people who I already know, and then I go and I follow up with 5 people who I have just met. And I try to do that every day. And I was like, wow, every day, wow, that's a lot every day. But I mean, like, doing that every day consistently, you know, we all have different timelines and things like that, but being able to do that on a consistent basis every single day, you follow up with 5 people who you know and 5 people who you just met, you're really putting in work with your network. And so then when it does come time for you to ask for something, people are more comfortable with helping you out. So I started doing that a little bit. I don't do it every single day because I be having a lot going on every day, but I try to do it like twice a week, right? I'm like, let me start off small and work my way up to be where I'm more consistent. I just reach out to people naturally every single day. So I started that out, and just by following up with some people twice a week, and it's not always the same people, but just following up with people, hey, you know, just checking in, seeing how you're doing. Hey, and I've also done so with my business. Hey, just checking in. How do you like your candle? I hope you're enjoying it. Those sorts of things. I haven't gotten any bad feedback, but also people actually appreciate the fact that you reach out to them. Oh my God, thank you for reaching out and checking on me. I'm doing well, or, you know, I'm doing this, I'm going through this. But at the same time, there's a level of appreciation coming from them simply by the fact that, hey, so you reached out to me. You want to see how I'm doing. And it's led to some more leads. It's led to, hey, well, what you got going on? Let me check you out. I see you've been doing your show. I see you've been doing the candles. Send me the links. I want to check it out. That following up is really beneficial to you, and it's really helped me out a lot, but it will help you out a lot as well. Follow up with people who you haven't talked to in a long time. Check in on them. See how they're doing. You never know how that's going to affect somebody else. I guarantee you it'll be positive for you and for them. Check in on that person who you knew 5 years ago, but y'all haven't talked in a while. See what's going on in their life. See how they're doing. But following up isn't just about reaching out. Following up is also about you doing what you say you're going to do. All right, I'm following through on my words. If I tell somebody new, hey, yeah, we'll be in contact. Well, following up with them is the way you keep in contact. I'm going to use Shador for an example, and I mentioned this before. When he had his pregame words about, yeah, I'm what the people been waiting for. We would have got on him if he did not perform. We would have got on him if he did not perform. And by the fact that he did go out there and put his best foot forward and got the win, and he did perform, he followed through on his words. He followed up with what he said he was going to do. And you have to do that when you are in your own personal arena and working within your own network. You don't just go out there to meet people just to have their number and not do nothing with it. You want to follow through with them. You want to see what's going on with them. You want to reach out to them, even if it's just a simple hello. But that can turn into a much larger conversation that will end up helping you out, as well as you being able to help them out. In basketball, one of the primary rules when you take a jump shot, follow your shot. Now, no one who shoots a basketball always follows their shot. No one. But, and all my basketball players, they know this. When you go to follow your shot, most of the time when you go to follow your shot, it goes in the hoop. Most of the time when you shoot the ball, especially on those ones where you think you didn't shoot it quite right, but you're like, oh man, I did not shoot that quite right. Let me follow my shot. It goes in. So following through is very important in all aspects of life. Follow up with people. Follow through with what you say you're going to do. Last sports example I got for you. Most people don't know this, but I play golf. If you know me, you know. But I play golf. And one of the most important aspects of golf, if you want the ball to go where you want it to go, you better follow through with your swing. If you want the ball to go where you want it to go, listen to me carefully now, you better follow through on your swing. That is the most important part of the swing, is the follow through. And you have to take that and apply it to life. If you want to go where it is that you want to go, you're going to have to follow through. If you want to extend your network, if you want to have a good network with people who can add value and who you can add value to, you're going to have to follow up and follow through with them. And that's the whole point. That's how you're going to get to where it is you need to go. And that's how you're going to have a good network in doing so. So I'm going to leave it right there. Let's talk about the album of the week. Now, the album of the week, I actually haven't really been listening to this album. I think I'm actually going to listen to it over the weekend, because I haven't listened to it in a while. But I was at the I was out the other night for my buddy's birthday, and one of my favorite things to do is to hop on the Touchstones. So I hopped on the Touchstones, and a song I hadn't listened to in a long time just popped up as a suggestion. So I played it. I was like, oh yeah, I ain't heard this in a minute. I had to play it, and it has now inspired me to go and listen to the whole album again. The album is called Stay Dangerous by YG. Now, this is probably my favorite YG album. I got hip to it in college. I've always kind of liked YG songs, but they've been kind of, one here, one there. And then when I got to listening to the albums, I think the first album I ever listened to was Still Brazy. But man, I ain't gonna lie, YG, he had a little run. It was like a little 3 or 4 album run where they were bangers like nonstop, back to back to back. I was like, man, he dropped like 3 albums with no skips. I'm like, yeah, I like it. But this album is probably my favorite, Stay Dangerous. Y'all go check it out. Shout out to YG. Good job on that album, brother. It was really good. I think it came out in like 2018, 2019, 2018. Came out in 2018. It's got some bangers on it. And I'm not going to do a top 3. I'm just going to let y'all go ahead and go and listen. Y'all check it out. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Also, drop some comments on what it is that we're talking about. Have you ever had some experiences when you're networking with people? How do you like to follow up? And how did that affect you? So, let me know in the comments. Hope y'all had a great holiday. Also, I want to say shout out to everybody. Thank you. We are over 600 subscribers now. I am going to be doing a live stream, and I think I'm going to do it on either Sunday or Monday. I promised a live stream for getting over 500 subscribers, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that this week. Kind of caught me for a loop a little bit with just some family stuff that I had going on. I had planned to do a live stream, actually as a little surprise on Thanksgiving. But you know how it goes when you eat on Thanksgiving and then the next thing you know, you stuck to the couch. Yeah, that was me and half the rest of my family. So I didn't get a chance to do my live stream like I wanted to last night, but that's okay. I'm going to do it either some point this weekend or on Monday. So look out for that. Thank you all. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all those people who reach out. Thank you to all those people who I followed up with and they asked me what I was doing, or they asked me to share the link with them. Make sure you follow up with your people. All of them, friends, family, anybody who you've met. I want to challenge you all. Go through and after listening to this video, go through and follow up with 5 people who you may have met recently and 5 people who you haven't talked to in a long time, but you know them. Go and follow up with them and see how they're doing, man. Check on your people. This life is all about relationships and having good relationships with people. Shout out to KS. But we build it as we fly it over here. We are here to build each other up. That's men, that's women, that's everybody. So I want to say thank you to you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the feedback that I've been receiving. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Check us out. Like I said, we building each other up over here, y'all. All right. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Happy holidays to you and your families. And like I always say, I'll catch y'all on the next one.